Right then, YouTube. It's a wet afternoon in the Lake District, and I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who commented and viewed my vlog on the reasons why you should vote. The Russell Brand is an idiot one. And I suppose in some respects this is a follow-up to that. But it's not about why you should vote, it's about why it's a good idea to join one of the riders' rights groups. Now, I'm a member of the Motorcycle Action Group and have been for most of my adult life. Motorcycle Action Group started in 1973 in response to the implementation of the helmet law, and has become one of the slickest and most organised riders' rights groups in the world. And I look at the organisation today and compare it to the one I joined in the late 1970s, early 1980s. It's astonishing how professional it's become. So why should you join something like MAG or the BMF? Primarily because it's about united we stand, separately we fall. Make no bones about it, people. There are certain groups within the political system in this country who would like nothing better than to see us legislated off the road. They don't like us. In some respects, we're an anachronism in today's society. None of us are particularly conformist. We aren't going to be happy with a 4-pack of cheap Morrison's beer or Tesco's beer watching the X Factor on a Saturday night. And people like that scare politicians. We're free thinkers. We're individuals. Now, if they can divide us and get them to take them on as individuals, we will not win. However, if we band together in a group under a common banner, we can fight them. We can have our argument put forward at a political level. But to do that needs funding. And the two organisations which primarily take care of that in this country are the Motorcycle Action Group and the British Motorcycle Federation. There was a lot of friction between the two organisations, but that really is a thing of the past. And when it comes to putting forward our position in a common ground, both MAG and the BMF put forward a united front. But as I've said, to do that they have to be funded. And that funding has to come from us, the individuals. Because if we don't fund them, who's going to? I'll tell you who's going to. No one. And in 10 years' time, 20 years' time, 30 years' time, we could find ourselves having to wear airbag clothing, fully fluorescent outfits on 3-wheel pedal cars. Now, I know I'm exaggerating a little bit there, but consider the future, folks. The manufacturers have successfully made cars safe now, to the point that you've even got cars which are intelligent enough to override the driver and brake if the car decides that the driver is putting it into a dangerous situation. We're the exception to that rule on the roads. We control our bikes completely. And do you not think the Department of Transport would not want to see a group of people who are solely responsible for the use of their vehicles, which are all high performance, removed from the equation? Now, they're forever making a point that the largest group of people in the fatality statistics are us. However, I would love to see those fatality statistics broken down as to how many of those fatalities are caused by either the state of the road or the behaviour of other road users. So first of all, I'm in favour of improving the training of the car driver. I can't see why today car drivers don't have to do a CBT, a Mod 1 and a Mod 2. After all, when you're riding a motorcycle, you're most likely to kill yourself. When you're driving a car, you're most likely to kill someone else. Now, by having an organisation like MAG, or the British Motorcycle Federation, to stand up and put that argument forward for us is a good thing. Now, last time I saw the figures, there was about 1.5 million of us on the roads in this country. Now, if we were all part of one of the riders' groups or the other, could you imagine the sort of access that we could get to the higher levels of government to have our argument put forward? Regardless of your political affiliation, this isn't about your individual political view. It is about putting forward a united front of motorcyclists for motorcyclists. Now, personally, I think Lembit Opic's a bit of a prat, but since he became involved with MAG, we've been getting a lot higher profile as far as governmental notice is concerned. So he's performing his function as the MAG Communications Director, I think he is currently. Now, that, for us, is a good thing. Not just for the MAG members, I'll just clean the camera, but for all of us. So all I'm asking you to do, people, is consider either donating some money to one of the riders' rights organisations or joining them. Because if we don't stand together, we're going to get fucked by whichever government gets in sooner or later. Because if it's not going to be the British government, it's going to be the European government. And don't for a moment forget that they will have forgotten about what we did to them in the mid-90s over the 100 brake horsepower law, when we turned over a European Commission decision to limit the power of motorcyclists through bums on seats, specifically an awful lot of us getting off our arses and going to Brussels and making a real nuisance of ourselves. That is what I mean about united. We have to put forward a common front. Regardless of your political affiliation, that doesn't matter on this issue. This is purely about bikers standing up for bikers. And I don't give a fuck if you're riding a little Honda step through, or a 110 cubic inch Harley, or a 2.3 litre Triumph. If you're on the roads under a powered two-wheeler, then as far as I'm concerned, we're all the same. Even the annoying little snots on the peds. They have rights too, and we need to protect those rights, and we protect those rights by standing together. And that's it, thank you. Toodle pip.